Well, we're joined now by Taj Hargi, Director of the Muslim Educational Centre of Oxford. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. It's great to see you. Now, you don't share the view that Muslim women are forbidden to marry outside of their faith. Why is that?
Because the Quran is quite explicit. There's no verse in the Quran that says Muslim women can't marry non-Muslim men. The Quran is specific that Muslims, both men and women, can't marry idolaters. And clearly Christians and Jews and others are not pagans or polytheists. So the Quran is very specific that the only category that's prohibited to marry are those who are idolaters and pagans.
So why do it seems so few Muslims believe that?
Because it's tradition, it's custom. That, for example, in 7th century Arabia, the idea of a woman being independent and maintaining her own autonomy and identity was going to be quite remote. If she did marry outside her faith, she should be absorbed into the husband's family, faith and culture. And that was the reason. But the Quran is prophetic text. It knew a time would come when women would be independent, have their own means of livelihood. And so since it allows Muslim men to marry non-Muslim women, and since I believe Islam is a gender equal religion, the same rights must be given to Muslim women. We've been doing this now for the past 10 years. We are the only Muslim organization in the United Kingdom, some say in Europe, that allows Muslim women to have a fully fledged Islamic wedding with their non-Muslim partners.
So everybody else is just catching up with you?
Absolutely. In fact, we've been doing it for a decade, and now belatedly some groups like the Muslim Council of Britain is playing catch up with the leader.
Now, there's a certain group of Muslim women marrying outside of their faith more often than not. What do we know about this group?
This is a big group, it's a growing group, because it's a social time bomb, because there are not enough eligible Muslim men to go around. 25% of them are in jail, 25% of them are ne'er-do-wells, 25% are players, and only 25% left. So clearly for the average Muslim woman who is bright, educated, talented, got a job, she's not going to marry down the scale, she's looking for someone equal to her. So where do they meet these partners? They meet them at work, they meet them at university, at other common places. So if Muslim men are not eligible, then clearly women, if they wish to have a family, wish to have a partnership with a man, then they would have to look outside of the faith.
I mean, probably a lot of people listening to you would think that it all just sounds like good old-fashioned common sense. Do you think that the Muslim faith will have to continue to adapt as we see more of this, perhaps?
Yes, because it's inevitable. The Muslim diaspora, the women in the diaspora now, are not content to have arranged marriages. Most of them want to have a love marriage, like all of us do. And so they are going to meet their partners at these common places I've been talking about. So I think it's invidious for a Muslim woman to choose between the faith she loves and the man she loves. Muslim men are not required to make that choice. They could have their faith and have the woman they love. But somehow Muslim women must give up one or the other. We provide them a safe way, safeguarding their faith, because we say that Muslim women can marry outside the faith, but they would have to sign up to a contract where the husband agrees that she will remain Muslim, that she would have a Muslim burial, she would have a Muslim funeral ceremony, that there will be a halal household, and most importantly, the children will be raised up as Muslims, but with respect and familiarity with the father's faith. So all of those are encapsulated in a signed marriage contract that protects the women's rights. And so in that case, there's no problem for the Muslim woman marrying the man she loves.
Taj, thank you very much for joining us with all of those explanations.
Thank
I appreciate your time.